Welcome everybody to Canadian Yorker football. So today we're going to review um, our previous week two and week three of the NFL season for the New York Jets. Today, I just wanted to give a recap about the previous games that have happened um, and talk to you guys about some of the stats that happened. I know I'm sorry I haven't been doing a post game videos. Um, I've been busy over the past few weeks with work and school, and so I've been busy trying to get a handle on that, and I've got that under control. Now we're talking about football, and I've been focused on my priorities. So please forgive me if I have not been on taking care of that, but I've been taking care of business. Now on to week two of our game against. We played the Cleveland Browns in week two, and boy oh boy, was that a thriller of a game. We won the game 31-30 against the Cleveland Browns in regulation. Um, Joe Flacco was 26 of 44 in the game. He had 307 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. That was a beauty of a game to see. We actually won in the final 2 minutes of the fourth quarter, and that was a hell of a comeback win behind win from against the Browns because we were actually losing in I think it was 2017-30 in the game, and so we almost lost the game, but we actually made a comeback. And our player, um, B Man, had 1 reception, 17 yards, um, and 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. That was a beauty of a thing to see. Our rushing was was a thing of beauty. Bryce Hall had 50 yards, seven averaged 7 carries per game. M. Carter had 7 carries per game, 23 yards. All in all, it was pretty good reception in the game. Our receiving yards, Garrett Wilson had eight receptions, 102 yards, 2 touchdowns. C. Davis, our receiver Davis, had 1 touchdown and 83 yards 83 yards, 2 receptions. Moore had 3 receptions, 41 yards, um, 13 carries per game. Conklin had 6 receptions, 40 yards. All in all, our receivers did pretty well, and our rushing wasn't too bad either. I'm really happy with what happened, that we actually won in the game, because that was a heck of a win. Come from behind win against the Browns, who don't have their starting quarterback. Um, their quarterback, Deshaun Watson, who's going through some cases, right, legal battles in courts right now. So he's going through some crazy stuff right now, and he can't be bothered. He's on an 11-game suspension. So that's what's going on with the Browns. And of course, we know what's going on with them. So that's all I have to say about week two. Week three, I don't know what the heck happened in week three, but we got our butts kicked in week three. We lost to the Cincinnati Bengals, 27-12. It was an awful game. Awful. Do you know why it's awful? Because we can't seem to get third downs and fourth. We can't seem to get first downs and third down conversions. It was a nightmare of a game. Every single point scored was a simple 3-point kick. 3-point kick. Every single reception, and that's happened in week three. And the Bengals manhandled us. We went down 1-2. So we lost our second game 1-2, and we got our butts handed to us by the Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Flacco paid in this game, by the way. So I'm just gonna go to some of our stats. But we had 20. Joe Flacco had 27 to 28 in this game, 2 interceptions. He threw 2 interceptions in this game. Our rushing was Carter, running back Carter had 11 carries, 39 yards. That was pretty low for him. Bryce Hall had 8 carries, 39 yards. He was pretty much equal. They're pretty much equal. Our third running back, Berrios, had 1 carry. He had -2 yards. He didn't do too well in this game against the Bengals defense. Conklin, as for the passing, Conklin had 8 receptions, 684 yards. Garrett Wilson, 66 receptions, 60 yards in this game. No touchdowns. None of our receivers or our running backs could actually score touchdowns in this game. We couldn't put any points in the game to save our lives. And the Bengals just destroyed us in this game. They just absolutely destroyed us. Joe Burrow had 27 of 20, 36 passing yards, 275 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. And, it's just mind-boggling. I'm looking at the stats. Ja'Marr Chase, we actually limited him in this game. That's a positive for limiting him in this game. 2 carries, -2 yards. He wasn't able to score any touchdowns. Their rushing really couldn't get anything done with the rushing. Perrin had 9 carries, 47 yards. Mixon had 12 carries, 24 yards. They really destroyed us with the passing. T. Boyd, 4 receptions, 105 yards, 1 touchdown. T. Higgins, 5 receptions, 93 yards, 0 touchdowns. Ja'Marr Chase, 6 receptions, 29 yards, 1 touchdown. So they were able to get their touchdowns off of passing. Perrin, 2 receptions, 14 yards, 1 touchdown. And they got the rest of their touchdowns, and they also got a receiving, on our defensive end, our defense, we couldn't really do much against the Bengals in this game. C.J. Mosley, he had 7 tackles, 0 sacks. We couldn't really get any sacks. Only sacks that we had was S. Rankins. Rankins was able to get 1 sack. Williams was able to get 1 sack. We were only able to get 2 sacks in this game. We couldn't really stop the Bengals in this game because our defense was awful. Our offense was awful. We couldn't do anything in this game. We were playing horrible in this game, absolutely horrible. And so I just wanted to just recap about that, about the week 2 and week 3, and what happened in these 2 games. I want us to do a follow-up video about week 4 and week 5, talking about this coming week 5 and what happened. So that's what I'm going to do in a separate video. Hope you guys to see you in another video. So I will see you later. As you see, I'm trying to change up my background, make it more professional. I have a little bit more sports background so please bear with me on that. And I will see you guys in the next video. Talk to y'all later.